You're watching Gold Rush on a Rush, and we're recapping the Season 6 episode, Gold Ship. So what happened? Parker is rushing to Anchorage. John Schnabel is in the hospital and needs a pacemaker. So he gets one. After surgery, John is heavily medicated, but laughing and already thinking about beautiful women. Is there anything we don't like about him? Tony is upset at the slow progress on the dredge. Trust us, Tony. We know how you feel. In order to get Jerry and Mike to work faster, Tony does the logical thing and releases 10 million gallons of water to get the dredge floating, flooding a forklift, their tools, and personal vehicles in the process. And then he reveals Gene is the new boss. Icy stares and glowers are everywhere. And there's swearing. Lots and lots of swearing. Gene gives a motivational speech, which does nothing. Tony also brings in the dredge's former operator Gordon to help. Wait, why did he need Gene again? But Gordon no longer remembers how to run the dredge. Oh, that's why he needed Gene. Because the dredge has no propulsion and no rudder, it has to be pulled around with cables by 2 dozers. But the brake isn't set properly, a cable falls off, and the dredge drifts into a sandbar. More swearing. Gene decides to use the bucket line to push the dredge off the sandbar, and despite continual swearing, it works. They christen the ship and fire up the motor, start the trommel, and turn on the bucket line. For about 5 minutes, they are sweeping the bucket line too fast. More swearing occurs as the bucket line falls off the ladder. Gene tries to winch it back on, which fails. Then he tries running it backwards, which fails. Then he pushes it back on with a dozer, which works. Gene can fix anything. He then celebrates by swearing. Todd and Hunter arrive to see the dredge running. Tony says the dredge uses 10 gallons of fuel an hour. Todd says he uses 10 gallons of fuel a second. Anyone want to do that math for me? Todd brags to Tony how hard he is working this year, all while standing around with his hands in his pockets at Tony's claim. The previews show Todd taunting Tony, saying there can only be one King of the Klondike, which seems ridiculous if you think he meant this, but he really meant this. So yeah, I guess that works. 20 hours later, they shut down for a clean-out. A really slow pour reveals 21 ounces of gold worth $23,000. Smiles all around. Todd Hoffman. Wait, other than that small part on Tony's claim, there's no Team Hoffman this week? So even though the episode was missing Todd, I can't say I was really missing Todd. Join us next week when we'll see once and for all Todd Hoffman claim his crown as the Burger King of the Klondike. And don't forget to watch the previous episodes of Gold Rush in a Rush.